system. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the keynote address this morning, Vic Bageria.
Good morning, everyone. Just want to take you guys away from the world of retail for a minute. How many of you knew today is the World Mental Health Day? Perks of school drop-off, and I learned that today, and it's amazing that our kids are learning this, the importance of mental health. Well, I started reading about it this morning. I'm like really impressed. Well, we're not here to talk about the Mental Health Day. We're talking about the most important and incredible power of data. We all in this room are collecting data on per seconds and are interacting with the data in every part of our life. So it's no rocket science. It's not a secret that data is the essence of our livelihood, and retail being one of the most important of that. I want to start with my personal journey. Like any other entrepreneurs, I have my struggles as well, and I wanted to take a quick minute to share that. So when I started my entrepreneur journey 23 years back with Xpandretail, convincing retailers to collect a basic footfall data was not a walk in the park. Well, some of them were very polite and gave me a time of their life. And some of them hilariously asked me to leave the conference room and said, "Stop wasting my time." I can still remember a comment from a very fine gentleman who's not with us anymore, and the gentleman who gave me his first store as a pilot, told me that I'm in the retail business for 30-odd years and you teach me how to do retail? That's the door, right? So it took me 3 years to get my first pilot project with an international brand that was entering Dubai, opening a store in Deira city center. I won't give you the name, but that was it, and then that's where the journey started 23 years back, and I'm standing here talking about the same thing, the power of data. Well, who would know? Let me gauge the room. How many of you folks think that you guys are data-driven organization? Just show of hands. Mr. John Hayden, I don't see your hand going up. Well, that's great, because now you know what your sales are going to be for tomorrow. Your sales are going to be for the end of the month, the quarter, and the year. You're all set. That's why you can attend the events like this and this business is going on. Any brave hearts still on the first and second? No judgment, because we all had our data journey some point in time. No hands? Cool. Good to know. So, we have come all the way from data resistance to data driven, and what we've done is we've tried to get some kind of an understanding about our region and how do we compare to the world when we talk about data adaptation rate. What we found out, and now this slide is a clear indication of the opportunity that retailers have in our region in terms of data analytics adaptation. We've seen that globally, especially in the mature markets, the adaptation rate is about 74%, 70-odd%. And while we in our region in the GCC are setting at 47%. That's the opportunity knocking at your door. And when we look at major markets, mature markets just like North America and Europe, they are far ahead in deploying and implementing AIs, machine learnings, and data analytics in their businesses. Global companies like Amazon, Walmart, Starbucks, Netflix are the fourth runner, have been doing a lot of data analytics. And when you look at a few of these case studies of the companies, you'll find out they're not retailers anymore, they're data scientists, because that's the number of people they deploy just to understand the data. So we do have a lot of opportunity in terms of adapting data within our businesses here. The projection of the data analytic market by 2027 is about $23 billion. How does it matter to you? Well, look at it this way. A lot of companies, small, big, medium, are all jumping on this bandwagon to collect data, to analyze data, to be a data-driven organization. So when we talk about the power of data in retail, it's not a cool phrase. It's backed up by $23 billion of projection. I would quickly like to run through, I'm sure our friends a friend from Deloitte's given a lot of data, and I think it's such an important element for all of us. But I just wanted to quickly run through the 4 most important pillars when we look at data analytics and how important of each one of these are. We've got the descriptive analytics that talks about what happened. Consider this as your retail journal history of events of what happened. Diagnostic analytics, you could consider this as a detective that goes in and sees what happened into the event and gives a lot of explanation and clarity on the event. Predictive analytics and prescriptive analytics are the 2 main pillars which have been built and developed in the last couple of years. And predictive analytics is like your fortune teller that can tell you what's going to happen and what the outcome is going to be. Prescriptive is what do you do with it? So from hindsight to foresight, I think this is when we look at from looking behind to looking forward, and data analytics in retail is giving you that power and the opportunity for you to use these analytic processes in place and be more effective and competitive in your businesses. Challenges in retail, there aren't any, else you guys won't be here sitting and having a coffee and listening to me. I'm sure there is a lot of challenges, but what we wanted to do is streamline them into some high categories, providing 360 degrees in your customer experience. The word customer experience has been used in MRF for the last 10 years. And I think coming from a retail background, I understand that there's no other way than your repeat customers providing them the experience. It's been the rule of the game from ever since retail has started. But today, we deal with it very differently. Today, we're dealing with it with data coming from multiple channels, data coming from your social listening, from your store, from the industry. So how does a retailer accumulate their data, aggregate that data, and make sense of that for them? One of the most important increasing trends is, obviously, fraud, detecting the fraud in your business, where obviously fraudulent transaction is being, picking up off late. Shoplifting is another aspect. Retailers now have the power to create a model within their system that can give you an indication of sales increase and decrease, and if it goes beyond a certain amount, it raises a flag, it raises an alert, and keeps you updated on what's happened in your store. Forecasting, planning, obviously we all are working closely with it. I'm glad to see a few of our friends in the room have worked heavily on their RFID-based, inventory management tool. But I still feel that it's one of the biggest challenges everyone faces today is having too much of something or too little of something in a store. How do we optimize that based on the data that you collect from your consumer history? Marketing campaign, this is pretty intense because here's the deal. 24 hours after your marketing advertisement is not relevant. So how do you keep it fresh? How do you keep it going? And I think the biggest challenge with marketing folks today is to make sure that they have a lot of information and they keep current on as we move along in the business. Mistakes, we face the clients, we understand where our bottlenecks are. There could be many more, but I think when a large organization is evaluating business analytics tool for themselves, I think somewhere they lose the sight of human element. And there's a lot of talk about how AI is going to replace human. Yes, I mean, in a large extent, it is not going to, it will help the humans, but not replace them. So having a clarity on training your team on how to use the tool. How good is the tool if your team members cannot really actually interpret it, use it, it's not user-friendly. And we see that happen a lot. Decisions are made in all over different silos of the companies and then pushed into the top level to push it down. And it just takes forever for you to create a cumbersome data analytical tool that can be implemented. And today, guys, you just need not more than 15 days to get up and running. The tools are there. The $23 billion market, you got things that you can pick which is appropriate for your business. Thinking of one size fits all, no, it's one of the biggest mistakes. Oh, you know what, one of these retailers is using ABC software, we want to explore that, or these are using this. I think we all are very unique, the way we run our operation. We need to make sure that we are evaluating a product that is appropriate for our organization and can be utilized for our team to enhance and work efficiently. KPIs keeps changing, the basic ones remain. I think very, very important for the divisions to drill down on their KPIs that talks the mission strategy KPIs. So having that aligned within your data analytic tool can be an immense help. And we see that a lot of times, we've got 200 KPIs. Oh no, that's too less, too much, then let's make it to 100. Most organizations work on 3 or 4 of them. And how do you bring your entire organization to talk the same story? Building the analytical culture from bottom up versus top down, it's a very cultural thing. It's more to do with how you see your businesses run, your team, your capabilities. A top-down approach is highly appropriate just because of the KPIs that stands most important for the businesses roll down. And that's where we see a lot of organizations miss the ball. Allowing data in silos, if you're one of them who have multiple data laying around in different divisions, don't worry, you're not alone. 34% of the organizations around the world face this, and gradually data building in silos happen. As you grow, you start accumulating those smaller pockets of data. Now, how do you keep that fresh? How do you filter them? And that's the key for data analytics tool. I wanted to dive in quickly on a few case studies that we've worked on. These are not our case studies. We've helped, gotten help from ChatGPT to tell us what's more appropriate. So we are using the Gen AI. Kroger, one of the largest hypermarket departmental store in the US, had identified an operational issue within their businesses where they were not able to convert their queue count, their queuing into quicker sale. They understood that customers come into the store are not able to find the product. What Kroger did was a few things. One is obviously they started tracking the number of people. They started understanding what the customers are looking at by putting sensors around their stores. One of the most important things that really changed the game for them was when they reduced their line from 4 minutes to 30 seconds on the checkout. And they were able to do that by tracking live data at the checkout counters. And obviously, the figures are out there. I won't read them, but that's the effect of or impact of data that you see when this business. They have about 2,700 stores. They've gone ahead and deployed the solution in 2,000 stores. So huge CapEx, but the benefit of the outcome of the CapEx is pretty tremendous. Who knows? I mean, we all know Target. We all know how Target collects their data. And all the data that they collect in, they put it under the guest ID. Now, the data is intense because it's got everything from your income to your age to your preference to the credit card that you use. What they've been able to do with this information is to be able to drill down and understand the buying habit of a customer. And and this is a very interesting case, if you guys have time to read that. One of the instances when they realized that when women are pregnant in their first term, they buy a lot of sanitizers, they buy calcium, magnesium, and they started following that pattern. And the second stage, they started understanding that the same customers are buying larger jean size, and the products were pretty much attached to what they could understand. And without the customer telling them that they were pregnant, they started sending them promotions which were relating to their situation. And it's crazy. Look at the bottom line, from $44 billion to $67 billion by customizing, personalizing, and focusing on the consumer behavior and where they are in their part of life. IKEA had a challenge, one of the biggest. I think they have a lot of millions of footfall in the store, online. They wanted to marry that. They wanted to understand how can we create campaigns online and bring them into the store, and they started converting that. Based on their findings, they've created an online campaign called My Kitchen, and based on that campaign, these were the outcomes. Now, I think before I take any further, it's no hidden secret that the benefits of using data analytics touches every single point of retail, from top to down. And from personalization to your strategical data-driven decision making, it's the key ingredient. I want to leave you guys with what we see and how we see the world of data analytics will look like. Actually, it's already there. We're very excited to even work on that same feature, because what we realize is that today retailers need data in real time. And for them to get that, they need to go through army of people. They need to go to different divisions. Then they need to go to their marketing division or their analytic division, say, I want to see the data report in a certain manner. So I'm going to leave you with a quick video. But before I do that, any questions? And if you do, I'm here. We're right presenting here, and I'm going to be spending the whole time here. So please look after me if you have any question. Can we quickly play the video?